EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Marr now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Hey, team six.
On second and 11 now. Foles. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. 12 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check three.
Here's a give to Fournette. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Fournette. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 54. Danny.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
Here's Foles. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Silver.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Kill. Slam.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott, he's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff left. Elliott trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Go.
On 2nd down, Elliott. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Here I come again. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Prescott to throw on fourth. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Number 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Hey, stone one, stone one.
Mike 48. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
Running left, it's Fournette. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin.
Come on, now, let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit in the same spot again.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At the 33-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He's going to let it go deep. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
You.
Silence.
Spot. No. Mike 50.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. A handoff, Fournette running left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Fournette running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And Lambeau will put this one through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It's a loss of 4 on what ought to be the final act of this first half. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Cooper's got it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Foles. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
180. Hey, Kaden.
Switch. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Foles. find Conley. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! Hey, sound cool.
Fournette, a first down carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Fournette, a first down, still going. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 34 yards. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch twist.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten, 78 yards. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Keep going right at him.
Check right 54. Right 54. And we heavy on the edges.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Throw left side complete. That's Lee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Jaguars.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A handoff to Fournette. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Go, go.
Mike, 48. I don't think you got it, son. 48, come on.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Bravo.
48, Mike. 48, Mike. Squeeze, double. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we got Mike to 48 right now. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Looking long for Westbrook. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 2-yard line.
Hey, kill. 27, 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. He's at the 30, 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Easy.
48. Exit. Watch tight end. You got 3.
Back to throw. Throw right side of the tight end is Shaughnessy. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Foles now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down.
Great.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, someone. Hey, Will.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Check.
Receiver.
He's back to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist.
Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the run, watch the run.
What we got, what we got?
Switch. Hey, I got it.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
13, 13.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Watch one. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Here we go, G. Get up.
What we got?
Mike, 55.
Here we go.
They'll set up to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Be alert, be alert.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the pass. Check four.
What we got, what we got?
A shotgun give to Fournette. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Foles. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
28-yard gain. First down, Jacksonville.
Let's go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Here we go, 50, 50.
Hey, orbit.
Double dog, that's the way. Switch it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins, he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Hey, turn it up. Check. Kill.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
50 to Mike.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins, and he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
at the 43-yard line.
Man left, man left.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
I'm going to run you over.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down and goal. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Switch up, switch up.
From the gun, here's Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Hey, wahoo! Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Here we go.
Here's Foles. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Foles. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the pressure gets to him again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Take it at the 37. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
You got time right there. Mike 5-4. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Completes it to Lee. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll go with the keeper, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Nick Foles with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
the 36-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception, Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. They'll try the option right here on third down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Cousins. Has it, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like there's. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set up.
And he's going to go down again. Calais Campbell able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I bet. With me, I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state brought me looking bleak now? I was homeless, sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait, cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wheel. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great color.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Two teams here that came into the NFL together back in 1995, and off we go between the Jags and the Panthers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the... line.
Let's go!
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Mike's 59. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First and 10 at the 40.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10.
Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
3 buzz, 3 buzz.
12.
Now Foles. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He wants it all for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackle.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on second and long. Newton, you never want to give up a sack from the into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
59, Mike to 59. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. A little flare, flare.
Here's a give to Fournette. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Mario Addison in on the stop. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now Leonard Fournette. He will push his way down to about the 14. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
Christian McCaffrey on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, Newton again. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This is Fournette. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Check, 154, 154.
1st and 10.
Let's go.
Check, Mike.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
54, right there. 54.
Back to throw now on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. On 3rd down, Fournette. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
3rd and 2, Newton. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Gerald McCoy able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
20.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now Newton. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing right, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A gain of 22.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2. Newton throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
On the run, it's Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59. Here we go.
Here's Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
One.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Let's go!
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Foles. And he comes back with one complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll try and sneak it here. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll go with a big back Fournette. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. DJ Hayden, the corner, in on the tackle.
Tough day, tough sledding right there. It's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
On 3rd down, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
180.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. Fresno.
He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Watch the shit. Whip. Watch the whip. Slam. Watch out. Wide. Get wide. He's coming. We got double up.
Fournette, a first down carry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Go with 5-3. Hey, Charlie.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Flush to his right. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Hey, Zoom. Black spot 4. Let's go, D.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
20.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
First down, Panthers.
Set. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. 8. Get that ball.
Now Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.